Kezimo 1500W portable power station, all-in-one, the silent game changer for real backup.
Most people do not notice the real problem until the lights go out and the house changes character in seconds. The freezer starts warming, the Wi-Fi dies, and the room suddenly feels smaller than it did a minute ago. You think it is just a power cut, but the hidden cost is everything that follows after. Spoiled food, interrupted work, low-key stress, and that constant feeling of being more exposed than you realized. It is quieter than panic, which almost makes it worse. If you have ever sat in a dim room calculating battery percentages on your phone while hoping the outage ends soon, you already understand this better than most. What does that uncertainty quietly cost you every single time? And the slow bleed is never just about electricity. It steals time because every outage resets your day and forces you into workaround mode. It steals money through emergency purchases, ruined groceries, and gear you buy twice because the first solution was not enough. Then it takes your energy, which is the part nobody talks about honestly. That suffocating tension in your chest when the lights flicker is not dramatic. It is your body remembering the last time things went dark and stayed that way longer than expected. Most people keep layering weak fixes on top of a bigger problem, hoping the next storm or blockout will somehow be kinder. It usually is not. The strange part is that real control is often much simpler than people assume, and once you see it, the old way starts to feel unnecessarily fragile. This is where the Kezimo 1500W portable power station all-in-one enters, and everything changes. The idea is simple. It stores a serious amount of energy and gives it back as stable, usable power exactly when the grid cannot. That is why it feels less like a gadget and more like infrastructure. You get a 3.8 kilowatt-hour LFP battery built for 6,000 plus cycles, which means long-term reliability instead of short-term relief. The sub-10 millisecond UPS switchover keeps sensitive gear alive, so your router, workstation, or CPAP does not even flinch. The pure sine wave output gives cleaner power for the devices that actually matter. The 1.5 kilowatt MPPT input makes solar charging efficient instead of wishful, and the 180 watt USB-C output handles modern laptops without compromise. I tested this during an overnight outage, and the silence was the first thing I noticed. No panic, no scramble, no improvised cable mess, just continuity. That is the part people underestimate until they feel it. And once you realize it can run multiple essentials at once, you start thinking very differently about what portable power should mean. Once you use the Kezimo 1500W portable power station all-in-one, the benefits stack in a way that feels almost embarrassingly practical. First, you save time because outages stop turning into full-blown interruptions. Then you gain clarity because you are no longer making decisions from stress. That clarity improves how you work, plan, and recover. And eventually, the result is simple. Your home, RV, or off-grid setup feels under control instead of one problem away from chaos. Reviewers have pointed to the same pattern. One power expert noted that a load like a fridge and lights can run for more than 48 hours. An off-grid reviewer highlighted that the UPS response was fast enough to prevent data loss. A solar user reported a full recharge from a 1600-watt panel setup in roughly 3 hours, with eco mode stretching runtime even further. I noticed after a few weeks that the biggest difference was not raw capacity. It was how much calmer the whole space felt. If your hesitation is the weight, that is fair, but people laugh at that objection once they realize it can replace several smaller compromises with one dependable system. Which matters most to you right now? Clarity, speed, or control? The deepest benefit of the Kezimo 1500W portable power station all-in-one is not just backup power. It is the quiet confidence of knowing your essentials stay on and your head stays clear when the grid does not cooperate. More and more RV owners, emergency prep households, and off-grid users are quietly building around this kind of system because it solves the right problem at the right level. If you want to see whether it fits your setup, link in the description. First one pinned to the top. Take a look when you are ready. This is one of those upgrades that feels obvious the second you finally let yourself see it.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.